you reading, son?
Everybody, we're back, son.
I don't see us live. Oh,
We're
live.
live.
I refreshed it, broke my browser.
Yokai, hi.
Whoops.
My mic was muted.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Guess who's back?
Back
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 again.
again.
Yokai's back. Hello, friend.
Tell your
Hello,
friend.
friend.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, sorry everybody. I don't know. OBS hates me right now, so yeah. I have a feeling it might have something to do with like the window capturing because that typically doesn't happen unless I do that. So for now, we're not going to show the stories on screen. We're just going to read them.
Our
And
source
if
is just
you-
gonna be trust me, bro.
Yeah, and if you want a link, we can post
Yeah,
them.
I'll post the links.
I can do that for you,
Read them
Kyo.
all.
Okay, yeah, just post them for me, please.
Should we show the title of the thingy? Of the
Oh,
poem?
we can post everything except for the story you're reading, though.
I suppose we could probably at least do that.
Ooh, which one?
We cannot do that. Don't do it again. It's cursed every
Kyo
time
going
you
to finish
read
the voice
it.
acting request. Kyo can
No.
voice act first right now.
No.
I
every
did.
time-
I thought I finished it. I thought I got through
You.
it.
Nope.
No,
we
you
even
still
told.
had one- you still had one more word left.
I had one more word.
We didn't hear it. We didn't hear it. You cut off right there.
Oh, okay. Let me finish it. Give me a while. I'll give you one more
Yeah,
line.
you cut off at the last word.
All right, but if it happens again, that story's cursed if you can't read it.
No.
We gotta finish what we started, everybody, even if it's the last word.
It's gonna kill us. We're gonna die.
Also, one more thing here. I don't have Callie's story for some reason.
Izuki, you have me.
It's the game. It's
Where's
Isn't that what
that?
matters?
Poor Lupine. Lupine's like, can you just... Come on. I don't know why it's like that. I'm sorry.
This looks like a VR chat world.
It kind of does. It reminds me of like the Rain world.
Right.
It's like the library world.
What is...
Oh, it's
happening
called
with
Crazy
this?
Train by the great poet Ozzy Osbourne, made in 1981. What a thespian he was.
One sec, everybody.
What happened, Kia?
I'm trying to do this thing with the text, but it's...
Was that
Dude,
the
that's
poem that
you.
inspired the song Crazy Train? You think Ozzy Osbourne read that based on Ozzy Osbourne?
Maybe.
Whoa. If I had a brain right now and wasn't a popsicle, it would be blown.
Well, apparently I can't put text on OBS because it hates me right now, so unfortunately
That's a key.
I can't do that either. It's broken. Alright, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read the last couple lines. Hopefully I don't yeet it off
Do it, you won't.
again. Okay,
Why don't you read the entire thing?
I'll just read it all again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should start
Okay.
over E.
Okay.
Playing the gambling game, I see.
Alright. We can do this, we can do this.
Hey, did it happen again? No, never mind.
I'm right here! Luca,
Let's
stop
pull up
freaking
the
me
wing.
out! It's not funny. It's making me sad.
Aw.
Oh, don't worry, Kia. We're here.
Luca is being
Alright,
mean.
Sorry, I'm actually
Okay,
looking
you're
at the actual stream on the website instead of Discord.
Catch my hands, my gremlin.
Well then,
Can't bonk Luca, I can only bonk Kia.
Oh.
I don't want to bonk Kia.
Oh, there we go, everyone.
No.
No,
What?
Kyo's still
I'm
here.
right here. Stop!
Go ahead, Kyo.
If you guys, I'm gonna end stream right now if you don't knock it off.
No.
We love you, Kia.
Okay,
No,
sorry.
I would give you a double blanket if I could.
Double blanket.
I'll sit on the Kyo head.
Ooh,
Okay.
give the Kia a blanket, you're right.
There. Can you see now?
Oh, the head pats are gone, I just realized.
Why would you take away Kyo's blankie? That's rude.
Did I take it away?
Yeah, you took it away.
Why would you take it
I
away?
didn't know I took it away. I didn't know I took it away. Hold on, I'll reject it.
Oh, put it back.
You can't
Put the
do
blanket
that.
I
back.
rejected it.
How could you? My comfort.
No,
No, the Kyo blankie.
not the Kia blankie.
No, put it back on again. Put it back on.
How are you?
Kia blankie.
Put back on
Oh.
again.
And hydrate.
It scared me. There you
Thanks,
go.
Captain.
Okay. I'm reading through this. I'll try to do it quickly. Hopefully it's not cursed. I love you all if something happens.
We love you too, Kia.
Love you too.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Let's all
Oh,
say it.
no!
We love you, Keo.
I saw buffering.
See you on the other side.
See buffering? It's still going on my end.
Oh,
It's doing little
just keep
buffers here and
going.
there.
If we don't hear you, we'll mention something.
I saw one buffer.
It's fine. It just
I'll
seems to be
speak with
doing a
Kia.
little.
I saw
guys,
one
I
buffer.
know.
Everyone stop being paranoid.
Oh, can anyone hear Keo?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't want to lose Keo.
We can't lose the
It's
Keo.
still moving.
I'm gonna hug you, Keo, with my tiny.
Protect the Keo.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay.
I don't have arms. I can't hug you. I'm sorry.
Just a popsicle stick.
Oh, Keo, show your
Song
screen
cracks the
again.
lyrics. Okay, okay.
All aboard! Aye. Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing. Life's a bitter shame. I'm going off the rails of a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Let's go! I've listened to preachers. I've listened to fools. I've watched all the dropouts who make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. The media sells it and you live the role. Mental wounds still screaming, driving me insane. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. You gotta listen to the words, yeah? Heirs of a Cold War, that's what we've become. Inheriting troubles, I'm mentally numb. Crazy, I cannot bear. I'm living with something that just isn't fair. Mental wounds not healing, who and what's to blame? I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Ha 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 ha. The ledge, ha ha, the edge.
Yay!
That was so cute.
Yay!
You didn't get snapped this time.
I didn't get,
Nice.
yeah, I didn't get snapped out
Didn't
of
get
existence.
dedged.
No.
I'm not dead,
No
I'm
dedge.
alive.
Oh. Bad stream. Stop buffering. Okay, we're good. You're good. You're good. Don't worry.
You guys are scaring me, stop.
I'm just watching out for buffers. I'm sorry.
I mean, my bitrate looks
Wow.
good on my end. I have mine down to like 160p and I don't have any buffering, so but that's what I do because I'm streaming just to make sure that it's still running.
Get you. Alright. Who is next?
Okay, Callie,
I can voice act.
are you going to finish your story? Please,
Aw, Keo said please.
please.
Yeah, Kia said.
Keo said please. Eee.
Okay, go ahead, Callie.
Oh, hold on. I posted a Keo face. What? Hold
Oh
on.
my god.
Hold on, I posted a Keo face.
Wait.
Remember when you stopped, Callie?
Once upon a time, there was a dear little girl who was loved by everyone who looked at her, but most of all by her grandmother.
Mhm.
Grandma.
Where are we? Where are we?
It's for the grandma.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Last we left off, Little Riding was given wine and something. What was she given? She was given something from her mother, wine and cake. My mother gave her wine and cake and said to take it to her grandmother because she is feeling ill. And then she went on her journey to her grandmother's house across the 7 seas and the roaring deserts. And she ran into the wolf, and the wolf said, "Oh, she looks good." And that's what happened so far.
Okay. Also, Lupine, yeah, there's not really an extent, just as long as it's not like super long. That was probably the longest I would do for a request like that. So next time I ever do voice acting request, can Callie do it? I don't know. That's up to Callie.
Callie's already
Yeah, I
doing
can do it. You like my voice acting, everybody?
He's already doing voices in Red Riding.
You like my voice acting, everybody?
He does Toad for some reason.
I can take requests. Because Toad is hot.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Is he not hot? That's the
Okay.
story so far. So
Sorry,
we're
Callie, go.
continuing off with the wolf and the little Red Riding Hood. I'm gonna name her Jeffrey.
All right.
Little Red Jeffrey.
Little Jeffrey.
And
Little
they're
Jeffrey.
walking in the forest together. Little Jeffrey. I'm gonna name her Kisa.
Oh.
Little Red Riding Kisa.
Aw.
Little Red Kisa. The wolf thought to himself, "What a tender young creature! What a nice plump creature! She'll be better to eat than some older woman. I must act carefully so as to catch both."
Oh god.
So we walked for a short time by the side of little Red Kisa, and then he said, "See, little Red Riding Hood, how pretty the flowers are about you! Why do you not look round? I believe, too, that you do not hear how sweetly the little birds are singing. The little tingers are humming.
Wait, what?
You are going along as if you were going to school, while everyone else out here in the woods is merry."
Okay, hold on, Kelly.
Hi, apples.
It's
Hello.
the apples! How's the apples doing?
And big brain. Okay, everyone.
See,
You're.
it's not false advertising because you didn't put comfy in the title, so.
This is true. I did it. I said story time with friends.
We gotta add the comfy tag.
Oh,
So- Okay, so thank you, Big Brain Chat, for hanging in there while we struggle through today and having some problems with OBS. So thank you for being patient and staying to listen to our wonderful stories for those who are still here
And loving us.
and loving us.
Thank you for listening to the comfy stories.
Mm-mm.
And not like, oh, you can do it, Apples.
And
we
now we
believe
gotta
in
go
you.
back. Okay, thanks, Apples. Thanks for the redeem too. Have a good day at work.
Thanks for sitting on the
Apples
struggle bus with us.
Struggle
If you're
bus.
not
Apples
getting
have the
home
big
tonight,
brain.
we're sleeping at the station.
Oh no.
So
Struggle
much
bus.
Apples, we believe in
And the
you.
tire fell off.
Well, better fix
The
that.
what tire?
And we're leaking oil.
Oh my
And
god.
it's on
Tires?
fire.
We don't have
Oh,
tires on the
God.
You
street.
can't slow down under 70 miles per hour for some reason.
Oh no.
Soda bus got real really quick.
That was kind of scary. All right, Callie, go ahead.
Jump out the window.
My sleep station. Yeah.
Oh, we can help the apples relax at work.
Apple, relax.
Who's Mary? Little Red Riding Kisa raised her eyes, and when she saw the sunbeams dancing here and there through the trees, pretty flowers growing everywhere, she thought, "Suppose I take grandmother a fresh nosegay. That would please her too. It is so early in the day that I shall still get there in good time." So she ran from the path into the wood to look for flowers, despite what her mother said that she will die if she goes off the path.
Okay,
And
that's
whenever
not a
she
bit.
had picked one,
Mama.
and whenever she had picked one, she fancied that she saw a still prettier one further on, and ran after it, and got deeper and deeper and deeper,
No, Callie, that's illegal.
deeper into the
She's
woods.
a little child. That's weird.
She died.
No, it died.
Meanwhile, the wolf ran straight to the grandmother's house and knocked on the door.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Callie!
What happened?
It's supposed to be cozy. You're gonna scare people.
Apples just woke up out of that because, like, who's there?
Who's there? It was scary. That was a scary moment. You just heard a knock on the door. Like,
Oh my
It's
god,
actually
Callie,
on
no.
fire.
Even I got scared.
oh no, we gotta protect the Keo.
That's why you don't open
Protect the
door.
Keo.
Okay, Callie, go ahead.
Keo. That's a Keo feeling.
Scared.
Aw.
No way. I'll relax the Keo. Don't worry. I'll relax the Keo with my reading.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there?
Oh god damn it.
A little Red Riding Hood, replied the wolf. She is bringing cake and wine. Open the door. Lift the hatch, called out the grandmother. I am too weak, and I cannot get up. I have fallen.
And I can't get up.
I can't get up.
Aw, thanks for head pats, Cap.
She has life alert.
Oh, it's the captain. Oh, head pets. Hi.
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 The wolf lifted the latch. The door sprang open, and without saying a word, he went straight to the grandmother's bed and devoured her.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh, don't ooh that.
Ooh. Ooh.
Like your
Devoured her
first
in bed.
response is just to
Ooh.
reply with ooh.
And then I redacted it. Since we're not having the screen up there, I'm gonna move Alice too.
Oh, I'm getting moved. Where you putting me? I want to be right next to Keo.
You will be, don't
Now
worry.
is he getting on the couch?
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
am on the couch. You baka.
Yeah, baka.
The wolf lifted the latch. The door sprang open, and without saying a word, she went straight over to the grandmother in bed and devoured her.
Don't say it like that.
He then put on her clothes, dressed himself up in her cap, and laid himself in her bed and drew the curtains. Man, he's into some weird stuff.
No, you can't do that. That's a child.
That's not a child. That's an 80-year-old grandma.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the kid.
No, who would have the keys still like that?
I'm watching you.
Move that over.
Little Red Riding Hood, however, Little Red Riding Kisa, however, had been running about, picking up the flowers, and when she had gathered so many that she could carry no more, she remembered her grandmother, and set out on the way to find her, across the deserts and the seven seas, through the ocean, underneath the ground. She was surprised to find the cottage door standing open where she found her in the forest of Everglow. And when she went into the room, she had such a strange feeling that she said to herself, "Oh dear, how uneasy I feel today, and at other times I feel like being with grandmother so much." I think there should be quotation marks there.
Maybe.
Maybe. She called out, "Good morning," but received no answer. So she went to the bed and drew back the curtains. There lay her grandmother with her cap pulled far over her face and looking very strange and very, very, very hairy. "Oh, grandmother," she said, "what big ears you have!"
Oh my god.
Was the reply. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have!" she said. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have!" she said. "Oh, but grandmother, what large hands you have!" "Oh, but grandmother, what a terribly big mouth you have!" And scarcely had the wolf said this, then with one bound he was out of bed and devoured Little Red Kisa. The end. When the wolf had appeased his appetite, he lay down again in the bed, fell asleep, and began to snore very loud. The huntsman was just passing the house, and he thought to himself how the old woman is snoring if she wants anything. So he went into the room, and when he came to the bed, he saw that the wolf was lying in it. "Do I find you here, you old sinner?" said he. "I have long sought to devour you."
Wait. It's not eating the wolf. Weird.
Huh? Whatever. He's devouring the wolf in bed.
Questionable. I turned them off, Callie.
Oh, I heard like a second of it, right?
No, just me saying it.
Questionable. Just as he was going to shoot his shots at him, it occurred to him that the wolf might have devoured the grandmother, and that she might still be saved. So he did not fire his shots, but took a pair of scissors and began to cut open the stomach of the sleeping wolf.
Man, can't you? I mean, that's these stories are always so violent. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, Brothers Grimm.
When he made the 2 snips, he heard the wolf.
Callie! No!
Are any of you sleeping yet? Are you enjoying your nice comfy rest?
Oh my god!
Heck yes.
This has been Cali Radio.
With the wolf.
This has been Callie Storytime.
With the wolf's dying words,
Have we
The
learned to
huntsman
stop
laughed.
letting Callie read?
No, it's almost done.
The huntsman laughed. Ha ha ha! I shall save you now, grandmother. You shall be my betrothed.
What?
And as he sniffed more and more, he could see the shining of red. He saw the little red shining Kisa shining, and then he made 2 more snips, and the little girl sprang out, sprawling the stomachs and the guts of the wolf all over the ground.
That
all over
was
the
not
bed.
what was written.
The bed was dyed in red.
That
As the
wasn't
little red
what's
Kisa-
written.
As the little red
Proud
Kisa
story.
sprang out, being truly red, covered in the trauma. The memory
That was
of the
not
night.
what was written.
That was violence.
As the wolf gave out one dying breath. Little red Kisa sprang out crying. How frightened I have been!
Kelly, this is not what was written. I don't know where he's at.
And after that, the aged grandmother also sprang out outside of the wolf's stomachs, gouging out the stomach and the organs all over the bed.
That's not it.
She was scarcely able to breathe. Little red Kisa, however, quickly fetched great stones, at which they filled the wolf's belly. And when he awoke, he wanted to run away. He was somehow alive. His head grew out 2 legs. But the stones were so heavy that he collapsed at once and fell dead, the eyeballs sprawling all over the ground.
Oh
and
my
the
god,
skull
Callie!
the wolf spilling out of the head. The red Kisa then proceeded to give the grandmother CPR, and the grandmother was alive.
Why?
All three
Where
were
are we
delighted.
in the story?
All 3 were delighted.
Okay.
The huntsman drew off the wolf's skin and went home with it, eager to feast and wear it for the night.
That's not
For
in
his
there.
pajamas. The grandmother ate the cake and drank the wine with which little red Kisa had bought and revived. But little red Kisa thought to herself, as long as I live, I will never by myself leave the path to run into the wood when my mother had forbidden me to do so. She told me I would die, and I did.
That's not in there.
It's okay, she got better.
It was also related that once when little red Kisa was again taking cakes to the old grandmother, another wolf spoke to her and tried to entice her from the path. Little red Kisa, however, was on her guard and went straight away to stabbing the wolf and told her grandmother that she had met the wolf and that he had said good morning to her, but with such a wicked look in his eyes that if they had not been on the public road, she was certain he would have devoured her. Well, said the grandmother, we will shut the door, and he may not come in. But grandmother, I killed the wolf. Soon afterwards, the wolf knocked and cried, "Open the door, grandmother! I am Little Red Riding Kisa, and bring you some cake." But they did not speak or open the door. So the graybeard stole twice or thrice around the house, and at last had jumped on the roof, intending to wait until Little Red Kisa went home in the evening, and then to steal after her and devour her in the dark. But they were spooked. The wolf was to be have already been killed. They were wondering who was truly there. Where are we? But the grandmother saw what was in his thoughts.
Proof of your edits.
No. I lost my place. In front of the house was a great stone trough. So the grandmother said to Little Red Kisa, "Take the pail, Little Red Kisa. I made some sausages yesterday, so carry the water in which I boiled them to the trough." Little Red Kisa carried until the great trough was quite full. Oh, nighty tidies,
Good night,
Jaju.
Jaju. Yokai
Nighty
night
tidies. Wait, Jaju, we're almost done with the story. Hold on, Jaju, we're almost done. Little Red Kisa carried until the great trough was quite full. And the smell of the sausages reached the wolf, and he sniffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he peeped down, and at last stretched out his neck so far that he could no longer keep his footing and began to slip down from the roof straight onto the knife that Little Red Kisa had slowed died
What?
down on the floor, and his neck was sliced.
Oh my
in two.
god, Callie, no!
Holy
No.
heck.
the beheaded wolf's head.
No,
then
no, no,
drowned.
no, no.
And drowned. Little Red Kisa went joyously home, laughing as she could hear the wolf's dying words again.
Hey.
And no one ever did anything to harm her again, as they were frightened of her. Seeing as their joyous story is
That is it! We're done, the end! The
If Jiaoju's going to sleep, that must mean that it worked, right?
end. God.
That's
Obviously,
true.
it was a comfy story if Jiaoju's going to sleep.
That was so comfortable.
What do you think of the story, everybody?
I regret that I should have probably been reading along instead of listening.
You, Callie edited quite a few lines. So much so that he lost his place.
I didn't know that.
Wait,
That was the official version.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was this the version that I posted online, or is it it's different?
No, it's the one you
This is the
posted.
one we posted.
Oh, okay.
This is the one we posted. That's it, exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Little Red Kisa turned into a yandere.
Yeah,
learned-
sure
She
did.
learned the joys of
All
murdering a
right.
wolf.
Night, Jaji. If you're
Good
still
night,
here.
Haju. Okay.
Man, this story had a dark twist. Are you sure that was a children's story?
It wasn't
So
as
what
dark.
did
We learn.
We learned that Callie
Should not read anything.
should not read during story time.
Well, what do you mean? That was a good story. Wasn't that a good story?
I don't think
You
I like your
enjoyed it.
vivid description of entrails while I was eating my snack.
Good thing Kyo didn't actually call this a comfy stream.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yo enjoyed the story. Luca enjoyed the story.
Yeah, it was good.
It was
See?
funny. It was funny.
See, Kyo enjoyed the story. I tell good stories, everyone. I'm such a
Oh
good
yes,
storyteller.
oh yes. The best storyteller out of all of us.
And
hands down.
Silo has a point. We should have realized this during Alice streams.
Oh,
not
I know.
story time.
What happened?
I expected it. Not gonna lie.
Same.
Good preparation, good preparation.
You didn't expect such a good
Disappointed,
story,
but
though,
not
right?
surprised.
Okay, who's next? Mimi or Cap?
I'm next. I want to read the old man.
No.
Nope.
I can do mine.
Okay, Cappy's next.
It looks like there's some reading for anyone who would like to be the Yuki Onna, if anyone would like to participate in that.
I like
Do
Yuki
do
Onna.
it. Do it, Kyo.
You want me to do
But
it?
why not me? I recommend Yuki Onna.
No, I've been voted. Callie, have been voted as tribute.
I would be a good Yuki Onna. I don't know what you mean.
No.
Okay, I will.
Sit down and
nobody-
think about what you just did.
If
He's
nobody
already
wants to
sitting,
volunteer,
Then you think about what you just did.
I mean, if nobody wants to volunteer,
I'm volunteering.
Taking the bullet, I see.
I could gladly take it.
Callie can't stop laughing. No, Callie cannot. And as long as Callie had fun, I suppose that's all that matters.
That's all we can really hope for in the end.
Oh, I'm so happy! I'm so excited to read another story then.
Moving
We
on.
didn't say all that. We didn't say all that.
I love reading stories with everybody. You're right. It's awesome.
Don't worry, I love listening to them.
They're funny.
Laugh,
I lied.
Catio, dash Hearn.
Okay.
It's
Ah.
like watching one of those Japanese commercials. You don't know where it's going,
Nope.
but you know you're going to be a little weirded out by the end of it.
Probably.
Oh, freak is that thing?
Unless
Yes.
it's Long Long Man. Then you're just in a
Whoa!
trance.
Hell,
Wow.
Seki, everyone.
The flow. Did you enjoy my story flow?
I'll
I
take
have
it.
a crunch bar.
I have
I'm a popsicle.
Chips Ahoy cookies.
I'm drinking my beverage. I'm stretching.
I don't like Chips Ahoy anymore.
I'm dizzy.
Wow.
Because you ate
See
chocolate.
if I share with you.
And I think Alice fell asleep.
They're
fell
flowery
asleep, that's right.
now.
Alice fell asleep to your beautiful
See,
story.
they don't put enough
That's how
sugar in
relaxing
the
my
dough.
story was.
Work for Alice. Yay.
As she
So
said,
basically tastes like
no.
a cracker with chocolate chips in it.
Ah, good point.
Never had
any
chips boys. They're not here in Australia, unfortunately.
Oh, that's lame.
Like
It's
you would have
okay,
shared
they're like
anyway. I
super
would've
hard
shared.
cookies.
Cap would have
If you
shared
get a
half
single
the
chocolate
cookie.
chip.
I prefer the frosted cookies. Off cookies.
There are many
You
Japanese
definitely
words
wouldn't
that
have
I'm
shared. We would
definitely
have to
butcher.
pry it from your cold, dead hands.
We're gonna butcher them. Let's do it.
Joke's on you, I'm already dead.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
That's the point.
Luca jokes about being dead, but actually never died, and Cap actually did die.
He's
Choking on a
never
waffle.
alive to begin with. You can't die if you never live.
I mean, I have Tim Tam, so who's the real loser here, me or you guys? Okay. You win.
You win. I give you this. You could do a Tim Tam slam, and I appreciate this.
Tim.
Yeah, it's a thing. Tim Tam slams are a thing, and they're the best.
Tim Slam and Jamma.
But I have both. Yeah, Silo has both. Silo wins.
Did you enjoy my story, Silo? Did you enjoy my story flow? Don't worry, I already know the answer. So good.
Silo the big winner. Yeah, Silo big win. Okay,
I'll
Cap.
just have an evil laugh. Is that true?
Yeah, a little bit. Alright, Cap, go ahead.
I'm not evil, right?
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Callie. Oh my god. Silo is always so honest. I love it.
I'm most innocent. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
I only came at
Are
the
we
end.
doing
Go ahead.
shade? I want to do shade.
Came in the end. Come on. Oh, it's a cute Yuki emote. It's a cute
Wanna do shade.
All the shade.
would have enjoyed it. Don't worry, Flo. It's okay.
We enjoyed it in a different way.
It was a beautiful story. It taught everybody about the joys of going
Nice.
to the forest and traveling.
Yeah.
The joys of family and what you do to protect them.
Uh-huh.
What everybody.
I thought it was teaching us about devour.
Devouring and killing
But
wolves.
here I guess I was wrong.
Devouring in bed and wearing their clothes,
As you do.
as you do.
Okay.
As you
And
do.
then Little Red Kisa turned into a yandere, and now the story of how Kisa turned into a yandere.
Canonical.
It's canonical.
It's canon.
We all good?
Yeah, we
What's
good.
the backstory?
Yes.
Yes.
What's a Yuki Onna?
It is a yokai that is a snow woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a snow woman?
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a person in a yukata. In a robe. In a shirt, in a flannel.
They are very cool, and I appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
One of my original VTuber designs was actually possibly going to be something like a Yuki-onna.
Ooh,
Ooh.
really? But popsicle?
Kind of works out. I may have been
Kind of.
one.
I mean, you kind of are one, sort of.
It works out. The story attracted me. Okay. So many Japanese words. I'm gonna mess up a lot of them. Please don't yell at me.
No, it's okay. Do your best. It's all right.
All right.
We can open the pronunciation.
Gotcha,
Hobie was a
gotcha.
Yuki Onna. I thought Hobie was a ghost.
It's very cool.
That is cool.
In a village of Musashi Province, there lived two woodcutters, Masaku and Minahishi. At the time of which I am speaking, Masaku was an old man, and Minahishi, his apprentice, was a lad of 18 years. Every day they went together to a forest situated about 5 miles from their village. On the way to the forest, there's a wide river to cross, and there's a ferry boat. Several times a bridge is built where the ferry is, but the bridge was each time carried away by a flood. No common bridge can resist the current there where the river rises. Masaku and Minakichi were on their way home, one very cold evening, when a great snowstorm overtook them. They reached the ferry, and they found that the boatman had gone away, leaving his boat on the other side of the river. It was no day for swimming, and the woodcutters took shelter in the ferryman's hut, thinking themselves lucky to find any shelter at all. There was no brazier in the hut, nor any place in which to make a fire. It was only a 2-mat hut, with a single door, but no window. Masaku and Minakishi fastened the door and lay down to rest, with their straw raincoats over them. At first they did not feel very cold, and they thought that the storm would soon be over. The old man almost immediately fell asleep, but the boy, Minakishi, lay awake a long time, listening to the awful wind and the continual slashing of the snow against the door. The river was roaring, and the hut swayed and creaked like a drunk at sea. It was a terrible storm, and the air was every moment becoming colder. Minakishi shivered under his raincoat. But at last, in spite of the cold, he too fell asleep. He was awakened by a showering of snow in his face. The door of the hut had been forced open, and, by the snow light, he saw a woman in the room, a woman all in white. She was bending over Masaku and blowing her breath upon him, and her breath was like a bright white smoke. Almost in the same moment, she turned to Minakishi and stooped over him. He tried to cry out, but found that he could not utter any sound. The white woman bent down over him, lower and lower, until her face almost touched him, and he saw that she was very beautiful, though her eyes made him afraid. For a little time, she continued to look at him. Then she smiled, and she whispered,
I intended to treat you like the other man, but I cannot help feeling some pity for you, because you are so young. You are a pretty boy, Minokichi, and I will not hurt you now. But if you ever tell anybody, even your own mother, about what you have seen this night, I shall know it, and then I will kill you. Remember what I say.
Yo, I'm starting to like Yandere Kyo. Oh my gosh. Yo, treat me
What
like a
these
man.
words?
Shush.
"Oh no."
Ellie, go to your corner and pray.
You become a Yukioni at this point.
You know it's bad when the yokais tell you you need Jesus.
There are 4 yokai in here right now.
Yeah. It's a little,
I'm a
just a little
yokai.
trope, you know.
No, you're not.
I'm a pengu.
Pingu is not a tengu.
Go to your iceberg.
The exasperated voice is what got me.
Penguin tengu hybrid.
I'm pretty sure Hobie's page says she's a Yuki-onna. I knew she was a yurei of some kind. I didn't know specifically what kind she was, but...
I thought she was a ghost Yuki-onna. That's what I thought this entire time.
Okay, Yuki-onna is just defaultly a ghost.
Yeah, it is a ghost.
I don't know.
I'll go look. I'm gonna go look. I think Silo's probably right. Let me double check.
I thought she had no legs. That's all I saw. Treat me like a can. Treat me like a man. Tell me you'll kill me again.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's see. It says...
Are you gonna read?
Yeah,
this
she's a
yet?
Yuki-onna.
Really? I thought she
Good to
was a
know, good to
VTuber.
know.
Yeah, she says,
Interesting.
I am Hoko, but nowadays people call me Hobie. I'm a Yuki-onna.
I thought she was a VTuber.
She's a VTuber. But she's a Yuki-onna.
Yeah, one of VTuber, even more dangerous.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's easier for her just to say ghost, you know, because I mean that's what it is. But yeah, Yuki-onna.
Can we just say snow
She's
on
working on her lore. I know she's made like sketches and stuff of it. I'm kind of excited to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go
Can we
ahead.
say snow woman?
Oh, no worries.
Where we
Don't
left off
worry,
on? Oh
I'm
yeah,
fine.
treat me like a man.
Yeah.
Taking a drink of water.
Yes.
All right.
Water.
Need some water after that one. Oh my.
I think Callie needs water. A lot of it.
Helen, Jesus.
Callie does need Jesus.
What do you mean? Aren't I wholesome? Aren't I a wholesome penguin?
I think out of everyone in here, you're probably the
lie.
least wholesome.
What do you
That's
mean?
the biggest cap.
Kyo
Cap
told
will
me
tell
to
you
put
that's
it
Cap.
on.
It's pretty cap.
It's pretty Cap. And Cap says it's Cap.
That way you know it's actually Cap.
Confirmed.
I'm super wholesome. Just look at me.
Perfectly wholesome.
I mean, you look wholesome. That doesn't mean you are.
Wholesome. I don't know.
Literally a
Didn't we just like read that story just a few minutes ago?
You're right, there were a lot of holes.
Oh no.
Callie, wholesome? See, even Silo says so.
See, Silo agrees I'm wholesome.
It's
Mm-hmm.
less likely than you think.
Question mark, of course.
Yeah, sure.
See, that goes to show how wholesome I am. It's the evil laugh.
Alright, we're good. We ready?
More like wholesome.
Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead.
Many plot holes. Alright.
There were no plot holes in this, like, oh, you have this story.
Alright. With these words, she turned from him and passed the doorway. Then he found himself able to move, and he sprang up and looked out. The woman was nowhere to be seen. The snow was driving furiously into the hut. Minokishi closed the door and secured it by fixing several billets of wood against it. He wondered if the wind had blown it open. He thought that he might have only been dreaming. He might have mistaken the gleam of the snowlight in the doorway for the figure of a white woman. But he could not be sure. She was literally point blank to your face, bro.
Yeah, and she spoke.
And also, you said
I
that
hate
she
it when the
was
wind talks to me in like weird whispery speak.
It threatens my life.
I think you creeped her out, dude. That's why she ran away.
I hate it when the wind whispers sweet nothings and threatens me.
Man, I hate these sleep paralysis demons.
Dang, that must have been some wicked food poisoning.
The cheese, guys. It's the cheese. Even though they didn't have cheese.
Yo, there's some sort of special mold in this house. I'm hallucinating.
That's what happens when you eat popsicles before bed.
Oh my god.
Yes, oh my gosh, I keep having freaking nightmares whenever I eat a popsicle.
It all makes sense now. He called to Masaku, but was frightened because the old man did not answer. He put out his hand in the dark and touched Masaku's face, and found that it was ice. Masaku was stark and dead.
Treat
No.
like a man.
Poor guy. By dawn, the storm was over, and when the ferryman returned to his station a little after sunrise, he found Minakishi lying senseless beside the frozen body of Masaku. Minakishi was promptly cared for and soon came to himself. He remained a long time ill from the effects of the cold of that terrible night. He had been greatly frightened also by the old man's death, but he said nothing about the vision of the woman in white. As soon as he got well again, he returned to his calling, going alone every morning to the forest, and coming back at nightfall with his bundles of wood, which his mother helped him to sell. One evening, in the winter of the following year, as he was on his way home, he overtook a girl who happened to be traveling by the same road. She was a tall, slim girl, very good-looking, and she answered Minakishi's greeting in a voice as pleasant to the ear as the voice of a songbird. Then he walked beside her, and they began to talk. The girl said that her name was Oyuki. That's probably nothing, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about
She
it.
had,
Yuki.
she had lately lost both her parents, and that she was going to Ito, where she happened to have some poor relations. Ito,
He's gonna eat him.
please. Ito. Might help her to find a situation as a servant. Minakushi soon felt charmed by the strange girl, and the more that he looked at her, the handsomer she appeared to be. He asked her whether she was yet betrothed, and she answered, laughingly, that she was free. Then, in her turn, she asked Minakishi whether he was married, or pledged to marry, and he had told her that, although he had only a widowed mother to support, the question of an honorable daughter-in-law had not yet been considered, as he was very young. After these confidences, they walked on for a long while without speaking, but as the proverb declares, Kigai Ariba, I don't know what that means. Mimo Kushi Hoda ni Mana Waya Yu? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but good
Hold
try.
on, mono.
Good try.
When the wish is there, the eyes can say as much as the mouth. By the time they reached the village, they had become very much pleased with each other, and the Minakichi asked Oyuki to rest a while at his house. After some shy hesitation, she went there with him, and his mother made her welcome and prepared a warm meal for her. Oyuki behaved so nicely that Minakichi's mother took a sudden fancy to her, and persuaded her to delay her journey to Ito. The natural end of the matter was that Yuki never went to Ito at all. She remained in the house as the honorable daughter. Oyuki proved a very good daughter-in-law. When Minakichi's mother came to die, some 5 years later, her last words were words of affection and praise for the wife of her son. And Oyuki bore Minakichi 10 children, boys and girls. Impressive that you did that. in 5 years.
That's a lot of kids.
And some children
Hey, that's
all
hard
very
work.
fair
They're all
skin.
twins.
They had
Oh,
to.
yeah.
The country folk thought Oyuki a wonderful person, by nature different from themselves. Most of the peasant women age early, but Oyuki, even after becoming the mother of 10 children, looked as young and fresh as the day when she had first come to the village.
Good work.
One night, after the children had gone to sleep, Oyuki was sewing by the light of a paper lamp. Minakichi, watching her, said, "To see you sewing there, with the light on your face, makes me think of a strange thing that happened when I was a lad of 18. I then saw someone as beautiful and as white as you are now. Indeed, she was very much like you." Without lifting her eyes from her work, Oyuki responded,
Tell me about her. Where did you see her?
Then Minagishi told her about the terrible night in the ferryman's hut, and about the white woman that had stooped above him, smiling and whispering, and about the silent death of old Masuko, and he said, "Asleep or awake, that was the only time I saw a being as beautiful as you. Of course, she was not a human being, and I was afraid of her, very much afraid. But she was so white. Indeed, I have never been sure whether it was a dream that I saw, or the woman of the snow." Oyuki flung down her sewing and arose and bowed above Minokishi where he sat, and shrieked into his face.
It was I, Yuki it was, and I told you that I would kill you if you ever said one word about it. But for those children asleep there, I would kill you in this moment, and now you'd better take very, very good care of them, for if I ever have a reason to complain of you, I will treat you as you deserve.
Even as she screamed, her voice became thin, like a crying of wind. Then she melted into a bright white mist that spired to the roof beams, and shuddered away the smoke gold. Never again was she seen.
That dude had ghost babies.
And Minakishi wondered, where's going to be the child sport?
Well,
You're not going to see a scent of that.
He freaking ran away. Didn't
Deadbeat
even let
mom.
me the children. Don't sing
Yeah,
about ghost
not
babies.
even going to take weekends. That's fucked up.
Kill children. Gonna kill
every
them.
time people use handsome as an adjective, I just think of horses. Don't invite strangers back to your house. She's got a history of multiple birds on her side. Why did she even talk to me in the first place? So true.
Gosh,
Yeah, right.
you should have mentioned anything, Jesus.
I know, what the heck?
Thing going. That's ruin
He
it.
didn't know whether or not it was real. This is before it was widely known knowledge that you don't mess with Japanese ghosts.
You really don't.
What about
Shoot.
Rika?
What now? What about me?
Luca's not a ghost.
Yeah.
He is
He's
very
a
handsome.
Anyways,
Spirit.
He's
He's
a
I do
Spirit.
like that throughout this entire story, someone has been having a very nice sleep. I can hear this little snores.
Are you talking about Alice?
Yeah.
Alice probably fell asleep on the couch. She kind of sounded far away.
I am not asleep.
Oh, so she's
Anymore, maybe.
Alice, did you like my story?
What?
She's alive.
I'm alive.
sure don't want to call it a night, Alice.
Are you on the
Alice
couch
is
again,
back. Alice is
Alice?
back on the computer.
No, I'm not at the computer.
No, are you on the couch?
Yes.
Bound to fall
Alice,
asleep.
Why
so
would you
clear?
get on the couch?
Alice sounds so clear for being on the couch.
No, I sat up. Now I lay down. Goodbye.
No, lay down. Goodbye.
No, stand up, Alice. Sit back up.
No, I know my.
Even Silo is telling you to go to sleep.
Alice, it's your turn.
I already read. How dare you?
It's because Alice, he wants to listen to us read
That's okay.
I'm
You should not have done so on the couch.
on the couch.
But this is the type of story that you want to go to sleep on the bed or the couch.
Well, mine's
Yeah,
pretty,
remember everybody,
mine's
this is
pretty
the
dang
soothing
good,
night.
too.
Is everyone feeling relaxed?
I'm so relaxed.
Yeah,
I woke up.
Did I see that much of my story, Elsie?
I don't even know what happened to your story. 1 minute I was awake, the next minute now I'm awake again.
I'm
Elsie.
telling my storyboard, you.
Can't help it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Edo is the former name
Who's
of Tokyo.
next?
It's you, Mimi. You're next.
I'm next.
I can read something.
No.
Yep, we're good. We're good.
You had your turn.
You had
Oh,
your
I don't-
turn for the next 3 months. Minimum.
Until Alice stream.
And that's if you get line.
Alright,
Please.
I'm gonna hop
Yeah.
out and go get some food and stuff.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
I'm gonna listen to the rest of the stories through the stream itself and be out of VC. But thank you all so much. It's been fun.
Yeah, thanks for
Why are you
joining
not
us,
gonna eat
Cap.
with
Who else?
Yes.
Do the line. Do the line.
Ahem.
us?
I'm a popsicle.
Nah, I said it.
Ah, he said he's gone. I don't know.
It's the Hawaii popsicle!
Beautiful. Alan,
Ahoy.
go to your closet.
Go to your igloo.
Alright. Go to your igloo. Don't bring the mic.
I should get an igloo and just stick it on him.
No way we're gonna make an igloo in the cave, you're right. Because we live in the cave now, everybody.
Find a PNG somewhere. Give me about 10
I'm gonna
minutes.
go find an igloo. Give me a second.
We want an igloo in the cave.
Alright, just let me know when I should start.
Yeah, go ahead. You can start anytime.
Ew, where's the link?
Oh yes, can you give us the link?
I have it.
posted the link a while back.
It's on
It's been ages.
public
got it.
domain review.
It is in the chat if anybody wants it.
Mm-mm.
In the I
Not
should
me
say in the
typing it in
stream
anything.
chat. You can click on it.
1892.
Yeah,
Not me typing in the entire link or anything. Did I spell it wrong? Don't mean not found.
Just like click on it. Click on the link.
That's so far.
Oh my god, so far.
Collection D dash hair dash of dash Inaba dash. Oh, I typed in 1982.
The hair of Inaba.
1982.
I don't think we need to specify the year. There's not enough story. There were once 81 brothers who were princes in the land. They were all jealous of one another, each one wishing to be king, to rule over the others, and over the whole kingdom. Besides this, each one wanted to marry the same princess. She was the princess of Yakami in Inaba. At last they made up their minds that they would go together to Inaba, and each one tried to persuade the princess to marry him. Although 80 of these brothers were jealous of one another, yet they all agreed in hating and being unkind to the 81st, who was good and gentle, and did not like their rough, quarrelsome ways. When they set out upon their journey, they made the poor 81st brother walk behind them, carrying the bag, just as if he had been their servant, although he was their own brother, and as much a prince as any of them all. By and by, the 80 princes came to Cape Keta, and there they found a poor hare, with all his fur plucked out, lying down very sick and miserable. The 80 princes said to the hare, "We will tell you what you should do. Go bathe in the sea water, and lie down on the slope of a high mountain and let the wind blow upon you. That will soon make your fur grow, we promise you." So the poor hare believed them, and he went and bathed in the sea, and afterwards lay in the sun and the wind to dry. But the salt water dried, the skin of his body all cracked and split in the sun and wind, so that he was in terrible pain, and lay there crying, in a much worse state than he was before. Now the 81st brother was a long way behind the others, because he had the luggage to carry. But at last he came up, staggering under the weight of the heavy bag. When he saw the hare, he asked, why are you lying there crying?" Oh dear, said the rabbit.
That's a good-looking prince.
Oh, by the way, Mimi, before you continue, I stuck Callie in an igloo. So.
Oh, let me think. Yeah.
It's a little chair. Do you like it? I like it. It's so cute. Kyo drew it herself.
No, I didn't.
It's so cute. I love it. Thanks so much, Kyo.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Stop a moment and I will tell you all my story. I was in the island of Oki. I wanted to cross over to this land. I didn't know how to get over, but at last I hit upon a plan. I said to the sea crocodiles, let's count how many crocodiles there are in the sea, how many hares there are in the land. And now to begin with the crocodiles. Come, every one of you, and lie down in a row. Cross from this island to Cape Keta. Then I will step upon each one and count you as I run across. When I have finished counting you, we can count the hares, and then we shall know whether there are most hares or most crocodiles. The crocodiles came and lay in a row. Then I stepped up them and counted them as I ran across, and was going to jump on shore when I laughed and said, you silly crocodiles, I don't care how many of you there are. I only wanted a bridge to get across by. Oh, why did I boast until I was safe on dry land? For the last crocodile, the one which lay in the very end of the row, seized me and plucked off all my fur. And serve you right, too, for being so tricky, the 81st brother said. However, go on with your story. As I was laying here crying, continued the hare, the 80 princes who went by before you told me to bathe in salt water and lay down in the wind. I did as they told me, but I am 10 times worse than before, and my whole body is smart and sore. And then the 81st brother said to the hare, go quickly now to the river, it is quite near. Wash yourself well with the fresh water, and then take pollen of the sedges growing in the riverbank, spreading it about on the ground, and roll among it. If you do this, your skin will heal, and your fur will grow again. So the hare did as he was told.
Gullible.
And this time was quite cured. Its fur grew thicker than ever. And the hare said to the 81st brother, as for those 80 princes, your brothers, they shall not get the princess of Inaba. Although you carry the bag, yet your highness shall at last get both the princess and the country. Which things came to pass, for the princess would have nothing to do with those 80 bad brothers, but chose the 81st, who was kind and good. Then he was made king of the country, and lived happily all his life. The end.
Wow.
That's right.
That's a cow.
Now, what did we learn?
Printed by the Kobinta in Tokyo, Japan.
Don't be mean.
If you find a hairless hare on the ground, tell it to go bathe in salt water.
Or maybe don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't bathe in salt water and on a sunny day, everybody. Don't go to the beach. The skin will turn dry and it'll hurt.
That will dry out your skin. Salt dries out your skin.
Don't go to the beach, everybody, on a sunny day. Go in the winter.
No.
Apparently, going slow and steady, you still win no matter what.
Oh, watch the Kelsey! Lay down! It's the hazmat guy! How are you doing?
Hi, Hazmat. Hello, bye. No, hello, bye.
That's the
Being a
fastest.
nice person will eventually pay off.
It sure does.
Wes, thank you.
And carry everybody's bags and let people push you around. You'll be the king of a country.
No.
No.
He didn't get around. Well, he did, but like he was nice. He didn't fight them back because they were all fighting each other. They were so busy being petty, it didn't work out for him.
Is that an Alcy ground?
Maybe.
That whole time, I'm just imagining, like, what were they gonna, like, tell the princess to convince them about how great they are, just putting each other down the whole time? Like, I could imagine it. Like, they had nothing good to say about themselves, so they're just, like, talking trash about each other the whole time.
So true.
And then
They're
he
probably
comes up there and is like, I brought you a flower.
I bought you the clothes of this 8-year-old child I stole on the streets. Do you love me?
Oh my god.
Kylie.
This is why you're in the igloo.
That's what that's mean.
It's a
right?
punishment corner. Okay, it's your turn, Luca.
Oh really? Okay, I can take a turn.
Yep. You took a turn.
Alright. Here, I'm gonna post my link then.
Gingerbread man.
Oh, it's a gingerbread. What the freak?
It's Alcy cough.
It's on Drooly Lane. The Muffin Man.
The muffin man. She's delirious.
Everyone thinks about this. This is kind of like a yokai story. It's a. Say the name again.
Luca said he wanted to read it because it reminded him of a Tsukimogami.
What's that?
It's an inanimate object that gains sentience.
After 100 years. In this case, 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not it.
Oh, like Beauty and the Beast.
What? Is that the same thing?
You
Wait,
cook
no,
something for that low, it'll be so raw. It basically is sentient.
That's what I was telling Luca, but Luca wasn't listening to me.
Look, it's because it was
That's
because
nasty.
That's gross.
Yeah. That's why he's bad.
That's
Okay?
nasty.
Okay, everyone? That's why he's naughty and bad. Don't cook a cookie in 100 degrees.
Okay, so we're gonna make sure that Luca can get through the whole story. Luca, you may now start.
Okay.
What's the backstory?
Mm-hmm.
It's about a gingerbread man. It lives in Druid Lane.
Robert Gaston.
That's not it.
Drooly Lane.
By Robert Gaston Herbert.
That's the muffin man.
Yeah, that's a muffin man.
what?
That's a
You know what?
that's a different food.
It's the same thing, really. I mean, they both live on at that specific street, probably. Maybe.
They both live in Shrek.
That's not hot enough to bake, though, Silo.
Run fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the.
Not even 100
man.
Celsius.
Well, she's married to the gingerbread man.
Who is?
She is.
Elsie, you want to sit in the chair?
No.
Alright, I'll start now.
What's the story about?
Why
We're
don't
gonna
you
find
listen?
out. The Little Gingerbread Man. One day, the cook went into the kitchen to make some gingerbread. She took some flour and water and treacle and ginger, mixed them all well together, and she put in some more water to make it thin, and then some more flour to make it thick, and a little salt and some spice, and then she rolled it into a beautiful, smooth, dark yellow dough.
This is how Full Metal Alchemist started.
Num num num.
Num, 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 num.
Nom, eat the mom.
Then she took the square tins, cut out some square cakes for the little boys. And with some round tins, she cut some round cakes for little girls. And then she said, I'm going to make a little gingerbread man for the little Bobby. So she took a nice round lump of dough for his body and a small lump for his head, which she pulled out a little for the neck. 2 other lumps were stuck on beneath for the legs and were pulled into a proper shape. With feet and toes all complete, and 2 still smaller pieces were made into arms, with dear little hands and fingers. But the nicest work was done on the head, for the top was frizzed up into a pretty sugary hat. On either side was made a dear little ear, and in front, after the nose had been carefully molded, a beautiful mouth was made out of the big raisins, and 2 bright little eyes, which with burnt almonds and caraway seeds. And this is delicious. Then the gingerbread man was finished, ready for baking, and a very jolly little man he was. In fact, he looked so sly that the cook was afraid he was plotting some mischief. And when the batter was ready for the oven, she put in the square cakes and she put in the round cakes. And then she put in the little gingerbread man in the far back corner, where he couldn't get away in a hurry. Then she went up to sweep the parlor, and she swept till the clock struck 12. When she dropped her broom in a hurry and exclaiming, "Clocks!" the gingerbread will be all baked to a cinder. She ran down to the kitchen and threw open the oven door, and the square cakes were all done, nice and hard and brown. And the round cakes were all done, nice and hard and brown. And Gingerbread Man was all done too, nice and hard and brown. And he was standing up in his corner, with his little caraway seed's eyes sparkling, and his raisin mouth bubbling over his mischief, while he waited for the oven door to be opened. The instant the door was open, with a hop, skip, and a jump, he went right over the square cakes and the round cakes, and over the cook's arm. And before she could say, "Jack Robinson," he was running across the kitchen floor, as fast as his little legs would carry him, towards the back door, which was standing wide open, and through which you could see the garden path. "Run, run fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." The old cook turned around as fast as she could, which wasn't very fast, for she was rather a heavy woman, and she has been quite taken by surprise, and she was lying right across the doorway, fast asleep in the sun, old Mouser the cat. "Mouser, Mouser," she cried, "stop the gingerbread man. I want him for little Bobby." When the cook first called, Mouser thought it was only someone calling in her dreams, and simply rolled over lazily. And the cook called again, "Mouser, Mouser!" The old cat sprang up with a jump, but just as she turned around to ask the cook what this noise was about, the little gingerbread man clearly jumped under her tail, and in an instant was trotting down the garden walk. Mouser turned in a hurry and ran after, although she was still rather too sleepy to know what it was trying to catch, and after the cat came the cook, lumbering along rather heavily, but also making pretty good speed. Now at the bottom of the walk, lying fast asleep in the sun against the warm stones of the garden wall, was Towser the dog. And the cook called out, "Towser, Towser, stop the gingerbread man. I want him for little Bobby." And when Towser first heard her calling, he thought it was someone speaking in his dreams, and he only turned over his side with another snore. And then the cook called again, "Towser, Towser, stop him, stop him." Then the dog woke up in good earnest and jumped up to his feet to see what it was he should stop. But just as the dog jumped up, a little gingerbread who had been watching for a chance quietly slipped between his legs and climbed up the toe of the stone wall. So that Towser saw nothing but the cat running towards him down the walk, and behind the cat the cook, now quite out of breath. "Run, run fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." He thought at once that the cat must have stolen something, and it was at the cat the cook wanted him to stop. Now if there's anything that Towser liked, it was going after the cat, and he jumped up the walk so fiercely that the poor cat did not have time to stop herself or to get out of the way, and they came together with a great fizzing and barking and meowing and howling and scratching and biting, as if a couple of Catherine wheels had gone off in the wrong way and had got mixed up with one another. But the old cook had been running so hard that she was not able to stop herself any better than the cat had done, and she fell right on top of the mixed-up dog and cat, so all three rolled over the walk in a heap together. And the cat scratched whichever came nearest, whether it was a piece of the dog or the cook. And the dog bit at whatever came nearest, whether it was a piece of the cat or of the cook. So the poor cook was badly pummeled on both sides. Meanwhile, the gingerbread man had climbed up the garden wall and stood atop with his hands in his pockets, looking at the scrimmaging and laughing till the tears ran down from his little caraway seed eyes, and his raisin mouth was bubbling all over with fun. "Run, run, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." After a little while, the cat managed to pull herself out from under the cook and the dog, and the very cast down and crumpled up looking cat she was. She had enough of hunting gingerbread men, and she crept back into the kitchen to repair damages. The dog, who was very cross because his face had been badly scratched, let go of the cook, and at last, catching sight of the gingerbread man, made a bolt for the garden wall. The cook picked herself up, and although her face was badly scratched and her dress was torn, she was determined to see the end of the chase, and she followed after the dog, though this time more slowly. When the gingerbread man saw the dog coming, he jumped up down the farther side of the wall and began running across the field. Now in the middle of the field was a tree, and at the foot of the tree was lying Jocko, the monkey. He wasn't asleep.
A monkey?
Yeah, a monkey.
That's random. Okay, go ahead.
He wasn't asleep. Monkeys never are. And where he saw the little man running across the field and heard the cook calling, Jocko, Jocko, stop the gingerbread man. He at once gave one big jump, but he jumped so fast and so far that he went over the gingerbread man, and as luck would have it, he came down on the back of Towser, the dog, who had just scrambled over the wall and who had not before noticed. Towser was naturally taken by surprise, but he turned his head around and probably bit off the end of the monkey's tail. And Jocko quickly jumped off again, chattering in indignation.
Poor monkey.
Yes, pretty much. Meanwhile, oh my god, no. Meanwhile, the gingerbread man had to go to the bottom of the tree and was saying to himself, now I know a dog can't climb the tree, and I don't believe the old cook can climb a tree. And as for the monkey, I'm not sure, for I've never seen a monkey before, but I'm going up. So he pulled himself up, hand over hand, until he had got to the topmost branch. Climb, climb, fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. But the monkey had jumped with one spring on the lowest branch, and in an instant he also was at the top of the tree. The gingerbread man crawled out the furthermost end of the branch and hung by one hand, but the monkey swung himself under the branch and stretched out his long arms. He pulled the gingerbread man in, and then he held up and looked at him so hungrily that the little raisin's mouth began to pucker down at the corners, and the caraway seed eyes filled with tears. And then what do you think happened? Why, little Bobby himself came running up. He had been taking his noonday nap upstairs, and his dreams it seems that he kept hearing people call, little Bobby, until finally he jumped up with a start and was so sure that someone was calling him that he ran downstairs without even waiting to put on his shoes.
God dang it, Bobby.
As he came down, he could see through the window of the field beyond the garden the cook, the dog, and the monkey, and he could hear the barking Towser and the chattering of Joko.
Thanks for the read, Melly. What were you doing? Art? Ooh, what were you doing? Also, welcome. Welcome,
You were
readers.
reading the Little Red Riding Hood.
We are reading the Gingerbread Man. Also, do a little intro. Luca, you ready?
Okay.
Luca.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yokai, hi,
Yokai,
hi.
hi.
I am Kyo the Cutie Crow Tengu.
I'm Luca the Ramen Ghost.
And we are joined by Alice, who's probably asleep. Callie.
I'm not asleep.
Half asleep. Callie. Whatever. and Mimi.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are Yokai Playtime.
Yeah, we're Yokai Playtime. Hello. We were also joined by Cap earlier, too. Yes.
Cap was a popsicle.
So, welcome. We hope you had a good streaming. You drew a panda at night. Woo! I hope you had a good one. A good time. Also, since you just stream, remember to rest, hydrate, eat, do whatever you need to do. Feel free to stay, but if not, please do take care of yourself. A hot, sexy, dashingly handsome popsicle. Wow. Cap is a snack. Where's I'll post on Twitter and tag y'all. Ooh, okay. Alright, go ahead, Luca.
Okay. He scampered down the walk with his little bare feet, pattering against the warm gravel, climbed over the wall, and in a few seconds arrived under the tree, just as Jocko was holding up the poor little gingerbread. Drop it, Jocko, cried Bobby, and drop it Jocko did, for he had always had to mind Bobby. He dropped it so straight to the gingerbread man fell right on Bobby's uplifted pinafore.
Pinafore, yeah.
Yeah, okay, hi.
Callie.
Thank you, Callie, for the voice. Then Bobby held up and looked at him, with a little raisin mouth puckered down lower than ever, and the tears ran down out of his caraway seed eyes. But Bobby was too hungry to mind gingerbread tears, and he gave one big bite and swallowed down both legs and a piece of the body. Oh, said the gingerbread man, I'm 1/3 gone.
Oh my
Bobby
gosh.
gave a second bite and swallowed the rest of the body and arms.
Oh.
Oh, said the gingerbread man, I'm 2/3
Oh.
gone. Bobby
Dang,
gave a
how
third bite,
tiny was this cookie?
Oh.
and Bobby gave a third bite and gulped down the head. Oh, said the gingerbread man, I'm all gone.
Oh my gosh.
And so he was, and it is the end of the story.
How can the gingerbread man say he's all gone when he's all gone?
He's probably talking his mouth.
He's from inside the mouth.
Oh my
You
god.
can hear his final words as he feels the pain and suffering of the crushing of the teeth.
Dang, Bobby.
As the blood of the gingerbread
Only
man falls all over
you
his
stories like that, Callie.
There's no blood in a gingerbread.
Oh my
Callie!
I mean, that's probably what Gingerman was probably trying to scream. I mean, oh no! I'm like, well, I'm all gone now. I was like, no, it's like I'm pretty sure it's Callie. It's information right there.
That's
Please
real
stop
blood.
it! Stop it!
Ruth! No! What the god? No! Ah! I'm 2/3 gone! Ah!
Oh my god. That's so
I want
violent.
to say.
Shrek. Pretty much. Just like Shrek. Okay, so that is everyone's stories except for mine.
Yes,
But
sure.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through my story in 30 minutes.
I want to read it. I want to hear it.
No.
I want to hear the
Actually, I might be able to.
I wanna
But
hear the Kyo story.
what I was gonna say is if I can't get through it in 30 minutes, I can always, because Silo wanted me to read something for her, I can always read that, and we can always read this during another story time.
Yeah.
I thought we were reading short stories. How long is the story?
This story is 8 pages.
We can read that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I wanna read the stuff that Silo wants.
Let's do both. We can do that in 30 minutes.
We'll just read that on a different
No,
story time.
we'll read this on a different story time. It's alright.
But I want to hear the Kyo
Speed
story.
read.
Speed.
No, not speed reading this. I want to
Speed read, I wanna hear
enjoy
it.
it. I want to enjoy this story.
We should dedicate an entire stream to just the Kyo story.
Oh, that's what we do every month.
It's pretty much just me reading stories.
Yeah, but not next month, but like sometime soon, right, everybody?
I think that is next month, like at the end of this month again.
Maybe before streaming or something, we can hear the Kyo story.
There's a redeem for that.
Pally Night shock him. So,
yeah, right. We can redeem the story time.
Silo, if you're still there, you can recommend the things that you want read. Unless you're gone, then I'm Sash. I am. You're still here. Okay,
I am.
Give me something. Give me something. What you want?
What is this? What is this at the bottom? Not suitable for all audiences.
What?
I am OP. You could win a game console. You could win a free console? What?
What are you
Just click on
looking
the
at?
I'm
ad.
clicking on weird pop-ups. You are not the millionth user, Callie.
You're never the millionth user. It never works.
You're only the
It
seventh.
was all a
It's a bit long.
lie.
That's okay. Let me see. Let
And
me.
it's not
longer than-
It's not 8 pages long, so this is doable.
Oh, this should be fine. Yeah, it's not 8 pages long. Should be alright. We can. This can be the last piece that we read today.
Lord Byron.
The Dream by Lord Byron.
Story.
It's our last story, everyone. We're gonna wrap it
No,
tonight.
we still have one more story sometime during a random stream when we redeem it.
That's true.
How about we just do those like on the yokai drawing game nights on Tuesday?
That's true. That's true. That would be a good time to redeem that.
Which one? Which one happened?
Okay, last story. Last poem, I should
typing in
say.
the link.
Last thing to read. Sweet, adorable. I'm excited. Okay. Let me
I can't
increase
access it.
the size of this. Okay, part 1. And let me moisturize my lips here. 1 second.
Oh man, I can't access it.
You can't access the text?
I can't access it.
That's weird.
Let's put it in an HTML file. Maybe I just typed it in wrong.
Maybe. You can just click on it, you know.
I'm not on the stream on the desktop.
Oh, do you want me to give
Oh.
it to you on Discord?
No.
Yeah,
No, 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 no.
I mean, we can literally just, I can send it to you right now.
There.
I got it. I got it pulled up.
I have it on Discord.
Oh my gosh, this is freaking 8 pages long.
No, it's
Jeez.
not. It's fine. It's a poem.
Look at 9.
9 parts. Okay. The Dream by Lord Byron. Our life is twofold. Sleep hath its own world, a boundary between the things misnamed. Death and existence, sleep hath its own world, and a wide realm of wild reality. And dreams in their own development have, I want to say breath. Does anyone, so just random note, does anyone ever get breath and breathe mixed up?
Yes.
Yes. Alice.
No.
Really?
Alice, it's the last story.
Yeah, I always get that word mixed up.
I'm listening.
Okay, sorry. And dreams in their development have a breath, and tears, and tortures, and a touch of joy. They leave a weight upon our waking thoughts. They take a weight from off waking tolls, and they do divide our being. They become a portion of ourselves as of our time, and look like heralds of eternity. They pass like spirits of the past. They speak like syllables of the future. They have power, the tyranny of pleasure and of pain. They make us what we are not, what they will, and shake us with the vision that's gone by. The dread of vanished shadows, are they so? Is it not the past all shadow? What are they? Creations of the mind? The mind can make substances, and people planets of its own, with beings brighter than that have been, and give a breath to forms which can outlive all flesh. I would recall a vision which I dreamed, perchance in sleep, for in itself a thought, a slumbering thought, is capable of years, and curdles a long life into 1 hour. Part 2. I saw 2 beings in the hues of youth, standing upon a hill, a gentle hill, green and of mild declivity, the last, as 'twere the cape of long ridge of such save that there was no sea to lave its base, but a most living landscape, and the wave of woods and cornfields, and the abodes of men, scattered at intervals, and writhing smoke, arise from such rustic roofs. The hill was crowned with a peculiar diadem of trees in a circular array, so fixed, not by the sport of nature, but of man. These 2, a maiden and a youth, were there, gazing, the one on all that was beneath, fair as herself, but the boy gazed on her, and both were young, and one was beautiful, and both were young, yet not alike in youth, as the sweet moon on the horizon's verge. The maid was on the eve of womanhood, the boy had fewer summers, but his heart had far outgrown his years, and to his eye there was but one beloved face on earth, and that was shining on him. He had looked upon it till it could not pass away. He had no breath, no being, but in hers. She was his voice. He did not speak to her, but trembled on her words. She was his sight, for his eye followed hers, and saw with hers, which colored all his objects. He had ceased to live within himself. She was his life. The ocean to the river of his thoughts, which terminated all upon tone. A touch of hers, his blood would ebb and flow, and his cheek changed tempestuously, his heart unknowing of its cause of agony. But she in these fond feelings had no share. Her sighs were not for him. To her he was even as a brother, but no more. 'Twas much for brotherless she was, save in the name her infant friendship had bestowed upon him, herself the solitary scion left of a time-honored race. It was a name which pleased him, and yet pleased him not. And why? Time taught him a deep answer. When she loved another, even now she loved another, and on the summit of that hill she stood, looking afar if yet her lover's steed kept pace with her expectancy, and flew.
Are you talking about a dream?
That was sad. That That was about that part was about a boy who loved a girl, but she did not love him back.
And she was preggo already.
So sad, so sad.
Sorry, buddy. Plenty of fish out there in the sea.
So sad. Yeah, that kind of made my heart hurt a little bit.
Hey, none says you can't.
That was beautifully read, though. Thank you. Ooh, it's posted.
Kia's vocabulary is amazing.
Oh, I just you're talking about the words I'm reading.
Yee.
I
didn't know you knew all those meant.
I do. I know a lot of words. I'm always worried that I'm gonna miss one though and sound like a butt, like a dummy.
Like, read. You sound nice. I like it.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, yeah, I will definitely check it out after the stream, Belly. I'm almost done. We got like 20 minutes. I'm gonna get through the rest of this.
Sound lodacious.
Delicious. Okay.
Delicious.
Part 3. A change came o'er the spirit of my dream. There was an ancient mansion, and before its walls there was a steed caparisoned. Within an antique oratory stood the boy of whom I spake. He was alone and pale, and pacing to and fro. Anon he sate him down and seized a pen, and traced words which would not guess of them. Then he leaned his bowed head on his hands and shook, as 'twere with a convulsion, then rose again, and with his teeth and quivering hands did tear what he had written. But he shed no tears, and he did calm himself, and fix his brow into a kind of quiet as he paused. The lady of his love re-entered there. She was serene and smiling then, and yet she knew she was by him beloved. She knew, for quickly comes such knowledge, that his heart was darkened with her shadow, and she saw that he was wretched, but she saw not all. He rose, and with a cold and gentle grasp he took her hand. A moment o'er his face a tablet of unutterable thoughts was traced, and then it faded as it came. He dropped the hand he held, and with slow steps retired, but not as bidding her adieu, for they did not part with mutual smiles. He passed from out the massy gate of that old hall, and mounting on his steed he went his way, and near repassed the hoary threshold more.
What the frick was that last line?
I think it just means to say he left.
There were like 7 words there I did not know. What's a hoary?
Callie's like, my brain. Malfunction.
What's retired?
What do you mean how retired is? I want to hear your reaction if you have a moment at the end. Yeah, I will definitely look at it right at the end. He went on a trip. Yeah, he left.
Never repassed that hoary threshold more, of course.
Part 4. A change came o'er the spirit of my dream. The boy was sprung to manhood. In the wilds of fiery claims he made himself a home, and his soul drank their sunbeams. He was grit, with strange and dusky aspects. He was not himself like what he had been on the sea and on the shore. He was a wanderer. There was a mass of many images, crowded like waves upon me, but he was part of all, and in the last he lay, reposing from the noontide sultriness, crouched among fallen columns in the shade of ruined walls that had survived the names of those who reared them. But his sleeping side stood camels grazing, and some goody seeds were fastened near a fountain. And a mountain, and a man glad in a flowing garb did watch the while, while many of his tribe slumbered around him, and they were canopied by the blue sky, so cloudless, clear, and purely beautiful, that God alone was to be seen in heaven.
Is Luca sleeping?
No.
No?
I just see Luca closing his eyes.
He's enjoying it.
He's imagining it.
Yeah, he's immersing himself in it.
One time my teacher got angry at me for doing that.
Really?
Yee, like they were telling a story. The story even said like at the beginning, like imagine this, and I closed my eyes, and then I got
Oh, because they're like, don't go to sleep.
Yee.
Okay, part 5. A change came o'er the spirit of my dream. The lady of his love was wed with one who did not love her better. In her home, 1,000 leagues from his, her native home, she dwelt begirt with growing infancy, daughters and sons of beauty. But behold, upon her face there was a tint of grief, the settled shadow of an inward strife, and an unquiet drooping of the eye, as if its lid were charged with unshed tears. What could her grief be? She had all she loved, and he who had so loved her was not there to trouble with bad hopes or evil wish, or ill-reprised affliction her pure thoughts. What could her grief be? She had loved him not, nor given him because to deem himself beloved, nor could he be a part of which preyed upon her mind a spectre of the past.
It's her dreams. She needs to go after her dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Okay.
And Kyo keeps saying "over." I like the way you say it.
Over.
Over. It's so smooth in my mind.
That's weird.
Makes my heart go doki doki.
Oh God. Salty. So salty, right? I read that part and I was like,
Right? My tears.
Okay.
The tears of my heart.
Part 6. A change came o'er the spirit of my dream.
Ah, yes.
Oh my God. The wanderer was returned. I saw him stand before an altar with a gentle bride. Her face was fair, but was not that which made the starlight of his boyhood. As he stood, even at the altar, o'er his brow there came the self-same aspect and the quivering shock that in the antique oratory shook his bosom and his solitude, and then, as in that hour, a moment, o'er his face, the tablet of unutterable thoughts was traced, and then it faded as it came, and he stood calm and quiet, and he spoke the fitting vows, but heard not his words. And all things reeled around him. He could see not that which was, nor that which should have been, but the old mansion, and the accustomed hall, and the remembered chambers, and the place, the day, the hour, the sunshine and the shade, all things pertaining to that place and hour, and her, who was his destiny, came back and thrust themselves between him and the light. What business had they there at such a time?
I think I need to get on my English notebook.
He's thinking about her. He's getting married, but he's still thinking about
I
her.
have no idea what that just meant.
That's so sad. Okay, part 7. A change came o'er the spirit of my dream, the lady of his love. Oh, she was changed. As by the sickness of the soul, her mind had wandered from its dwelling, and her eyes, they had not their own luster, but the look which is not of the earth. She was become the queen of a fantastic realm. Her thoughts were combinations of disjointed things, in forms impalpable and unperceived of others, sight familiar, where to hers, and this the world calls frenzy, but the wise have a far deeper madness, and the glance of melancholy is a fearful gift. What is it but the telescope of truth, which stripes in the distance of its fantasies, and brings life near in utter nakedness, making the cold reality too real? Part 8. The change came o'er the spirit of my dream. Shush. The wanderer was alone, as heretofore the beings which surrounded him were gone, for were at war with him. He was a mark for blight and desolation, compassed round with hatred and contention. Pain was mixed in all which was served up to him, until, like the Platonic monarch of old days, he fed upon poisons, and they had no power, but were a kind of nutriment. He lived through that which had been death to many men, and made him friends of mountains, with the stars, and the quick spirit of the universe. He held his dialogues, and they did teach to him the magic of their mysteries. To him the book of night was opened wide, and voices from the deep abyss revealed a marvel and a secret. Be it so. Part 9. And the last part.
Oh man.
My dream is past. It had no further change. It was of a strange order that the doom of these two creatures should be thus traced out, almost like a reality, the one to end in madness, both in misery.
That was too hard for my brain. What was that about?
So basically, like, as far as I understood it, it was about a boy who loved a girl, and the girl didn't love him back, and he went on, and he tried to, like, live his life, and he married a girl, but he didn't love her, and then the woman that he fell in love with, I believe, went mad.
What happened to her? Jeez.
She went mad.
Oh, Silas gonna say something. Technically.
Technically.
That's what you get. You should have told me.
It was about a dream of that. But yeah, they both were miserable at the end.
You should have just followed your dreams.
Netflix original series. That was really good though. I enjoyed reading it.
Don't follow your dreams, man.
It was good.
Oh, who's next?
No one.
I've got a story.
Okay, I gotta go see the art. Give me a minute.
Oh, this is right?
Thank you so much. I want to stop it.
Netflix couldn't write
Oh,
that.
it's so cute.
Oh, it is alright? I want to see.
Box of stars. Oh,
Where
it kind of
is
looks like
it?
the pandas like throwing the stars.
Where is that?
It's so cute. I'm gonna retweet it. There you go.
Oh, that's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mining, everybody.
There we go. I enjoy sharing poetry with you. That's exactly what it is. Perfect. I got it.
Everybody like the Kyo singing.
I enjoyed reading the poetry. I like it. I like the poetry that Sally usually shares because it's always like kind of the classical poetry, and it's always really fun and it kind of stretches my brain to like
The big brain poetry.
the big brain poetry to read it. And I'm proud of myself for like sometimes the words. I'm like
Aware.
so yeah. So it's fun. I really enjoy reading like the classics.
I enjoy listening to Kyo read the classics.
Thank you.
Aware.
We are proud of you. Thank you. So I hope everyone enjoyed.
Everybody to sleep.
Yeah, I mean everyone's really quiet. Like when I start reading, everyone gets really quiet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
My brain just heard it. I could not understand that.
I was just enjoying it.
So, yes. So sorry about the scuff earlier. I really do think it has something to do with window capture because I didn't do any window capture and I didn't have any problem. So I'll try not to window capture for a while, I guess. You put us in a trance. Did I? I enjoy hearing people read the classics. Yes. Maybe we'll have to do that, Silo. You'll have to give me stuff. I'll ask next time we do a reading stream and just maybe get some classics from you.
You're right, because we still have one more story to read, everybody.
No, we don't.
We do for the Kyo.
Oh, you talking about Thumbelina?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll read it. We'll read it next time.
I'm just gonna redeem it next stream.
No.
That's too long. It's too long.
It's too long.
We're gonna redeem it next stream. Don't worry, everybody. Oh, is that 15,000 points?
Oh my god.
All right. Well,
We'll refund those points back to you.
Stop it.
Short story break.
So yeah, sorry about the scuff earlier. Thanks so much everybody for joining us. I'm glad that everybody at least got to read something. Even I got to read something, so that's a successful story time, I
You
think.
should have King read first.
Yeah. No, I ended the night.
First and last. That way we have both an opening and a conclusion.
Oh my gosh, no. I enjoyed everybody's reading. It was really good. It was fun.
Really? You enjoyed mine?
To the best of the extent of what it was. Except for the carnage, I was not a fan of.
What do you mean? That's part of the story.
Okay.
It was the immersion.
The immersion.
Immersion.
All right, we're gonna go read one of our friends.
It's the user.
Hi, user. Have a good night, guys. Thank you, everyone. I also hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening. Thank you so much for stopping by on this wonderful Tuesday and or Wednesday. And tomorrow, Luca will be doing Fallout, correct?
That's
Yeah,
right.
sounds
More.
great.
Still gonna try finding my son.
Yep. And then
It's not gonna
tomorrow,
happen.
of course, is one of my rest days because I have to spend time with my sister.
Right.
Sister day.
We can help with that.
No, you can't. So we're gonna go raid Card Hero VT. I believe it used to be Zeph. I don't know if he still goes by Zeph or not.
Really? I see Zeph.
Yeah, it's Zeph. There's Zarin, Zephyr. We call him Zeph. So we know 2 Zephs.
I see Zeph. What do you see? I see Zephine.
Card Hero VT.
What the freak? What game are they playing?
They're playing Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Okay, that's not the same Zeph I was
No,
talking
no, no,
about.
no. You're thinking of Kingdom Hearts Zeph.
You see Kingdom Hearts Zeph?
Yeah, I see them both. We rated him recently, but we haven't rated Card Hero in a while, so.
I see Yokai Playtime. Yokai Storytime with friends.
With friends.
With friends.
With friends.
Parentheses star
Friends.
dash O. What is that?
Kingdom
I
Hearts
think
Zeph.
everyone did a lovely job.
I think everyone also did a love job.
Oh, thanks, Mimi.
I enjoyed your story, Mimi. I
Although
enjoyed
Callie, tone it down a little bit.
I got realism in my story, right, everybody?
Oh,
You
yeah.
got too realistic at the end. Okay.
I thought it was wonderful. See, my stories are amazing. I should do more. I should read more. You're right,
You
everybody. I should read more
totally
stories.
should. Thank you for taking the request. Of course, Silo. I'm glad that I was
Glad I
able
have
to
to
take the
say
request.
anything.
I really am.
Why did I have to open my big mouth and say anything?
Aw, heckles.
Oh, heckles. We
All
did
right,
it, everybody.
everybody. We're on our way out. Have a good one. Like I said, Luke will be back tomorrow. And then we will be back, I believe, hopefully, Final Fantasy on Thursday.
Yay! Can't wait.
Final
I'm
Fantasy.
off on Thursday.
Let's go. All right, have
I'm
a good one,
staying
everybody.
up.
Yokai, bye-bye. Yokai, night-night.
Okay, bye night, everyone.
Wow.
Yokai bedtime.
Bye.
Yokai bedtime.
Yokai, bye-bye.
Yokai bedtime.